Well, there's not a lot of news, but we got good news and we've got bad news. All right, now I usually like to start with the bad news first, but I think in this case, starting with the good news first would be a nice change of pace, right? So, this email has been sent out to people who signed up for updates from Quidditch Champions, and we have a official statement that there is no microtransactions in the game and that there isn't going to be microtransactions in the game, which is interesting. I'm not sure how they're going to justify keeping it a live service game then if they're not expecting to be making any sort of continuous income from the game. But hey, I've been pleasantly surprised before. They also remind you that you can get some exclusive gear if you link your Harry Potter fan club account. And of course, if you have Hogwarts Legacy and that's linked to your WB Games account, you'll get some more exclusive rewards. And with that, a couple weeks ago, they did also update their FAQ page, specifically the "Are there microtransactions in Harry Potter Quidditch Champions?" There are no plans to include microtransactions in the game. This used to read, there are no plans to include microtransactions in the game at this time. They've removed the "at this time" from the sentence. It still says there's no plans, meaning plans can change, but kind of contradicts what they said in the email, so maybe they just haven't updated this again yet. And now to the bad news. And the bad news is really more just about the lack of news. So it's been about 2 weeks, a little bit over that since the last playtest, where there's a whole bunch of controversy surrounding bots and other things about the game. We also saw a lot of negative feedback that wasn't there during prior playtests. And before I touch on this further, I just want to reiterate that this is more about the treatment of the playtesters than anything else. At least that's my perspective as what it is currently. The majority of people in this position don't want the game to get canceled, they just want answers, which I think is reasonable enough. We want you to have fun with the game, and admittedly, you probably will. It's just fallen short of expectations set by the developers, and the way they're handling the situation currently is not great. So going deeper into it, like I said, it's been a little over 2 weeks since the end of the playtest where there is some negative feedback, and so far the devs have been completely silent. And what people are really looking for here is just a simple response to the community letter. We don't know if the silence is due to Unbroken, the developers of the game, or if it's due to Warner Brothers not letting them respond. Either way though, I think they should. It just lets people make an informed decision at the time of purchase, and lets the people who are unhappy about the game's current state know whether or not they can expect there to be some sort of changes in the future, because they still want to get the game. Everyone still likes the game and wants the game to succeed. They just need to know if the developers intend to act on the feedback or not. It's as simple as that. Now, of course, there is a subsection of the crowd that I'm sure have just lost all trust and aren't going to get the game, even if changes are made. But the majority do want to see the game succeed, just for the right reasons. Admittedly, I might still get the game, which I'm kind of on the fence about. Again, this is just me personally, right? With there being things that I can't share, I really want to get the game just because I'm a big Harry Potter fan, and I really enjoy Quidditch in general. But I really think they're handling the situation the wrong way. Even if it's not what we want to hear, I would respect the devs a lot more if they flat out said that they're happy where the game's at and not to expect any changes. Now, of course, the game isn't out yet and doesn't come out till September 3rd, so there is time for them to still make some sort of statement. It's just currently there's been a whole lot of nothing. So I guess I would close with this. There's negative feedback about the game, and if you don't care about the feedback, you'll probably end up enjoying the game. However, the people who are upset do have a valid reason for being upset. And if they choose not to get the game, that's also perfectly fine. But either way, I still feel the devs should release some form of statement. I don't know when the next Quidditch Champions video is going to come out, because if things keep going the way they're going, then there's not going to be a whole lot of news to report on it, because the situation will have just been the same. Obviously, if they do release some sort of statement, I'll cover it, but if not, it's nothing really to cover. With that said, the next video might and probably won't be related to Quidditch Champions.